Okay, for our grants this year, we have $20,000 US and $215,000 US for both of our projects, actually. So we will have 3 QCinema Project Market Southeast Asia winners and 3 Philippine project winners.
And a lot of post-production grants.
Any questions? So lahat po na nandito, especially yung mga kasama po natin sa press, you get a badge already. Automatically, that will provide an access for you to not just watch films, alam ko may separate kayong badge for the films, but to actually be part of the roundtable discussions and the different programs under our QCinema industry. So meron po tayong workshop on virtual production. We have sessions, master classes on distribution. Ang dami nating, may mga case studies po tayo ng iba't ibang mga pelikula. There's a Magellan case study also happening. So that will, lalabas po ito, I think, kailan yung goal natin to post this on our website? Today? Within this week. So QCinemaIndustry.ph. Tama, ayun po. Yes. Sorry.
Good afternoon po, si Cesar po ito sa 25. Gusto ko nang pong linawin, ma'ams, na ibig sabihin po, magkaibang entity yung QCinema Independent Film Festival at QCinema Industry.
Actually, it's under QCinema International Film Festival, but we are the industry part of the festival. Meaning, if QCinema International Film Festival is the platform for the screening of films, celebrating not just our local films, but films from all over the world, your QCinema industry is the meeting place where business happens. Our goal is to have a sustainable platform where we don't just watch films, we also understand how films are made and how we can work together on continuing for films to be made locally and internationally. So our goal is to be a place, to be a hub for industry professionals if they want to discover more Southeast Asian projects, if they want to work with the Asian industry, they will go to QCinema so they can find these partners. So this year, we are actually expecting around 100 industry professionals coming in. Meron, umabot na tayo sa ating goal. Ayun, we hit our target. Around 100 industry professionals. Meron tayong producers, merong sales companies, meron po tayong mga distributors, meron tayong programmers from different international film festivals. Kasi ang QCinema Project Market, ito po ang hinahanap nila. They want to have meetings kasi hindi po sila nakakapunta sa mga markets in Europe because it's too expensive. So our goal, and this is an ongoing vision na gusto nating ma-achieve, dito po sila sa QCinema pupunta na. Pag nagpunta sila dito sa QCinema, alam nilang yung mga normaling kailangan pa nilang i-meet in Cannes Film Festival, mamimit na po nila dito.
And also, we intend that a lot of the projects in the project market, hopefully, eventually, will also be in the coming years when they're done, will end up in Asia Next Wave or in other sections of the film festival.
Last question ko po, yun pong mga pelikula nyo before, since nung nag-start pa yung QCinema throughout the years po, masasama rin po ba yun sa archiving nyo? Kasi di ba po may mga sarili pong pelikula before ang QCinema that they produce. Kasi karamihan po ngayon, parang entries ng mga filmmakers. Pero before, may sarili po talaga ang QCinema na pinoproduce ng mga pelikula Pilipino. Nasaan na po kaya yung mga movies na yun? At kasama rin po ba yung sa archiving?
Yes, it's true that in the beginning, QCinema had a similar seed money scheme where we look for films na fully funded ng QCinema. But because of our continuous engagement with our filmmakers, sila mismo ang nagsabi sa amin na it's impossible to make a film for 1.5 million. And if we want if our goal is to support filmmakers to dream big, to make sure na yung pelikula natin can be competitive with other countries, then our money, that 1.5, can go as part of a big, as part of a whole. So I think this was an intentional move from our artistic director, Ed Lejano, na ang maging goal natin ay hindi namin gustong mag-own ng pelikula. Ang gusto namin ay maging parte kami ng proseso ng mga filmmakers na gumagawa ng mga pelikulang magre-represent sa atin sa buong mundo. So that's why this decision, while it might probably benefit if we have a QCinema film, iba rin yung, mas iba yung feeling na we are part of that. And that film is all over the world and actually, showcasing our talent talaga.
Yeah. And also, actually, even from the very beginning, QCinema never owned the rights to the films. We always left even if we gave those grants, we always left the rights with the filmmakers. So we don't have like an archive where we keep it and we're the ones that negotiate for sales or anything like that. It's all owned by the filmmakers since the very beginning. And also, the reason we do it this way now is because really, if you look at the international market for filmmaking, it's really all about international co-productions. And that's what we're trying to achieve with our filmmakers here. For us to be able to level up and do bigger, better projects, the name of the game is international co-production. And that's why this is how we are trying to do it with our industry programs.
Thank you po.
Yes?
For the post-production grants, you guys have mentioned, when would those decisions be made about them? And then, the second part to that is, theoretically, if a project were going into post and almost right away in, January or something like that, would we have time to basically, figure something out?
So basically, all the post-production houses and all our, they'll be part of the pitching. So when you guys are going to be pitching, you're also going to be pitching to the different post houses, and then they will all be announced at the same time with our grants. So they will have so right away.
Well, part of the process also now that we're introducing is that they will actually ask that if you are a potential recipient of the award, do you already have a post-production attached? Because we want to make sure that our partners will be matched, with those projects that will really need the post-production service that our partners will offer. So yes. But these are the best of the best, so.
Thank you.
Anyone? Yes. Oh, Stephanie. Ayan, si Stephanie.
Hi. With so many films now going straight to streaming, how has that changed the way filmmakers get funding and reach their audience here in the Philippines?
Okay. So, very good question, Stephanie. Yung mga films natin ngayon, dalawa yung scheme ng mga streamers natin. Either they produce the film, so no funding, no investment is going to be asked from the producers, but Netflix is going to own the film. But there's also a pay-one model where the producers still look for investors to fund the film, and then Netflix licenses these films from them. So, in that kind of model, if Netflix comes in earlier, Like they say, I love this project from development pala, but I'm not gonna take it as a film that we're gonna produce. We're going to take it as a film that we're going to license from you after you've made the film. It gives some of our investors more leverage and more confidence to actually fund the projects. So I think the conversation is how empowered and how knowledgeable our producers are when it comes to these kinds of negotiations. Because this is something that they can already have with our streamers. The streamers being now our first platform for when we produce our projects.
A lot of these strategies and talks are actually going to happen in our Asian Next Wave Film Forum, and actually also in the other talks. Because yes, it's a totally different paradigm now for theatrical, but most of the time, a lot of them, if they're not produced by the streamer, it goes through the theatrical first or the film festival route, and then sold to the streamers afterwards.
And I think that's where, with Ate Manette, what she said about international co-production, that's where this becomes really crucial in the process of building financing for the project. Because if you have an international co-production model where your financing plan does not just involve Philippine producers, you can dream bigger because you can now fund your film in how you imagine, in the best way possible, because you have other countries coming in to pitch in and get that film financed. At the same time, it opens up opportunities for distribution. So the countries who are involved in these in the process, your co-producers, also find opportunities for you to distribute your project. And now your film also becomes eligible to be sold in the marketplace, like film markets. So this is a very, very specific path that QCinema International Film Festival and industry advocates for. And we want to give more producers the tool to understand this and use this as part of their strategy when they're funding their films.
For example, we have a case study on Magellan, which is an international co-production between the Philippines, Portugal, and Spain. And there, they will discuss how they were able to make that co-production happen and what the benefits were of that co-production. Like they were able to have now partner screenings in Portugal, in Spain, distributors in other countries, and they were able to get better sales and marketing because of it, things like that. It's actually really interesting, and it's really something that a lot of our independent local filmmakers really need to learn so that we can really go into the level of like Magellan, for example.
Actually, we have a co-production treaty workshop during the Asian Next Wave Film Forum. Ano to? We just signed the French-Philippine co-production treaty. Alam ba natin kung anong ibig sabihin nito? Especially for our film companies, for our production companies. This is like a gold mine, and this is like, this becomes a gateway for us to become a co-producing a partner, not just between France and Philippines, but also other Southeast Asian countries. Because if they partner with us, they can access French funds. They can access the French system of incentives and funding. So anong ibig sabihin nito? How are we going to demystify this para sa ating mga producers? Paano nila naiintindihan? Ito ang pelikulang French-Philippine, na may France at Philippines co-production, pero wala sa treaty. At ito naman ang pelikula na co-produced with France and Philippines na nasa loob ng treaty. What's the value of that? And how can it help now for us to think bigger? Now, pag may gagawin akong pelikula and I want to put France as part of the scheme, how do I do it? Because right now, of course, our producers and yung practice talaga natin dito sa Pilipinas, single entity ang ating mga private equity providers. I'm happy now kasi we see a lot of co-productions within our production companies. You see Aviva, Idea First, Star Cinema co-production. That's beautiful. Pero all of those are private equity led. So if you go outside, there are soft monies. So soft monies are grants or recoupable funds that does not need immediate return. And if you have that as part of your plan, kung gagawa ka ng pelikula, imagine mo, mas maliit lang yung kailangan mong bawiin. So nagkakaroon ka ng lakas ng loob na gumawa ng mas magagandang pelikula. Kasi nalilimit talaga tayo sa budget natin eh. So imagine if you know that you have this much, you can actually make films for $1 million with only 15 million coming from the Philippines. That's something that is possible through international co-production. Kasi the minimum contribution, no, actually dapat ano pala, $1 million, 10% tayo sa France eh. So that's 10 million. Imagine with only 10 million, you can make a film with a 1 million budget. How do we do that? So that's where we are now. Because we are constantly pushing for international collaboration and global partnerships.
Thank you. Last question, Lisa. You've been working closely with Southeast Asian filmmakers for a while now. So is QCinema also looking to invite Southeast Asian media outlets to amplify regional visibility?
Good question. And actually, hindi ko siya naiisip.
Parang Macau lang kasi yung experience.
Oh my God! That's I think the one, see, you always learn from people eh. Salamat, Steph, because honestly, hindi ko siya naiisip. Na parang, oo nga, no? Because we're becoming more and more international. And definitely, I think we still have time. We can engage with international outlets. We have invited Liz Shackleton of Deadline and Streamline. We have invited naman Ramachandran of Variety. But yung mga talagang from the Southeast Asian countries, parang we have not really intentionally done that. So thank you so much. We will do that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
From the filmmakers, yeah.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Philay with Cinegang.ph, and I wanted to ask, because last June you did Rainbow QC for like a few days, and from what I've heard, it was a success because you launched some nights there before its August theatrical release, and I wanted to ask, like, given how much bigger QCinema is getting, which is really amazing, are you considering like spinning off Rainbow QC into its own June time film fest?
I think
And
our artistic
you
director
have to be the one to answer.
will answer this. Kita mo, sabi ko na yun, dapat talaga nakaupo ka dito. Ayan na, sir.
Funny that you mentioned that. It is going to be a regular event during our calendar. It happens in June. And hopefully with additional budget, we can also do human rights festivals and ano ba, history, maybe documentary. So katapat lang yan funding. But
For sure.
also for shorts, there is a building, a cinematheque, already standing, but it has yet to be inaugurated. It's in the convention center next to City Hall. It's going to be called, well, right now it's MICE, hindi siya Dagano, but it's a cinematheque upstairs. So, yeah, we have a venue for all year long programming, so we'll keep you updated on the details.
Pero sure na, sir, there's going to be a Rainbow QC Pride Festival na every June.
Ang Rainbow, definite na yan.
Yay!
And please watch Rainbow this year. There's a lot of really good films programmed by Ed.
Anyone? Questions?
And the Rainbow Party is always nice.
Okay na ba tayo?
Last call for questions.
Okay, mukhang okay na.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Liza and Ms. Manette and Sir Ed. So thank you also to the members of the press and our filmmakers as well who raised their questions. So thank you. To close our program, we would like to invite once again our QCinema International Film Festival Artistic Director Ed Lejano to deliver his closing remarks. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Manette.